Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in today's video we are going to learn something about a data structure which is known as stack. Okay, so what exactly is stack and on what principle does it work? Okay, so just believe that stack is a container in which we can only input element from one side. It is not open from two sides. Take an example of an array. Okay, so if we have an array, then we can enter the element from any of the side, that is from left side or right side. Okay, but just believe that stack is basically a vertical array. Okay, stack is basically a vertical array in which the bottom input option is close to us and we can only input the elements from the top. Okay, so this is the concept of stack, that is it is basically a container in which we can only input from one side. Okay, and it works on the concept of LIFO, that is LIFO, that is last in first out. Now what exactly does this LIFO concept means? Okay, so let's take an example of these images here. So LIFO concept basically tells that if an element is added, okay, on the top, and if you want to access that element, then the element that is added on the top should be the first element that should be removed. Okay, so what exactly do I mean from this statement? Okay, just have a look here. Now just imagine that you have made this stack of coins. Okay, so basically the bottom coin that is present here would be the first coin that you would have placed. Okay, and the top coin that is present here would be the last coin that you would have placed. Okay, now if you want to take out the third coin from the top, okay, then the last coin that you would have placed should be removed first. Okay, that is the last thing that you would enter in the stack would be the first thing that would be removed if you want to access any of the element that is present in the stack. Okay, so this is the concept of the stack, that is last in first out. Now take an example of books here. Okay, now consider that you would have built a stack of books. Now if you want to access this second book, then the last book here that you would have placed is the first book from the top. Okay, now if you want to access this second book from the top, then you have to remove this first book from the top. Okay, so this is the concept of the stack, that is the last thing that you would have placed or say entered, okay, is the first thing that you need to remove. Now take the example here. There are two blue bricks present and one orange brick present. Okay, now if you want to remove this second brick, okay, then you need to first remove this first orange brick, and then you need to remove this blue brick. Okay, so basically the orange brick is entered by you last, because if you see that what have you entered first, then you have entered blue brick here. Okay, and the orange brick is entered last. But if you want to access this second blue brick, then you definitely need to remove the the last thing that you have entered. Okay, what is it? It is this orange brick. Okay, so this is the concept of the stack, that is last in first out. The last element that you have kept is the only element that you can output first. Okay, that is usko you can output it first. Okay, so this is the concept of stack. Now just take example, these are some of the examples of ADT in stack. Now what exactly does this ADT means? We all know that ADT means abstract data type. Okay, so what you can see here is there are some of the ADTs that are present in stack, and some of the examples are isFull. Now what exactly does this isFull ADT do? So it basically checks if stack is full or not. Okay, so basically the stack contains three type of variable. First of all, it is size, then the array, and the third one is top pointer. Okay, now if the top pointer is if the value of the top pointer, okay, if the value of the top pointer is equal to size minus 1, because in array, suppose you want to access this third break, okay, then it will begin from 0 1 2. Okay, so the top variable would be pointing on 0 1 2, so it would be equal to 2, but the size is 3. Okay, so if top variable equal to size, that is 3 here, consider it 3 here, but here the index of the top variable is 2. Okay, therefore if top variable equal to size minus 1, so consider it here, that is 0 1 and 2, so index here is 2, that is the top variable has the value of 2. Okay, but the size here is 3. Okay, so 2 equal to size minus 1, that is 2 equal to 3 minus 1, then this particular stack is considered to be full. This is the logic of is full function. Okay. Similarly, is empty. Okay. So first of all, whenever we create a stack, then we basically assign a value to the top variable, and the top variable value is assigned equal to -1. Now what happens is we just compare if top variable value is yet -1, then the stack is empty. Okay. So we would be doing all these functions in our next video. I am just currently trying to make you understand the logic behind it. Okay. Now what does push function do? So push function is something that consists of an argument of an element that we need to add in stack. Okay. So what will the push function do? It will first check if the stack is full or not. If the stack is full, then it will show the message that stack is overflowed. That is, you cannot enter more any element in stack because the size of the stack was provided limited, and you cannot enter more than the more element than the size of the stack. Okay. Now if stack is already full, that is, consider you have created a stack that can contain three elements. Okay. And if you try to enter one more element, then it will the push function will give the message that stack is full. But consider that you have created a stack of three element, but you have two element in it. Okay. Then what will the push function do? The push function will simply add this particular element x that is provided in the argument to the top of the stack. Okay, so it would be the last element, and now the top pointer will have the value of its index. Okay, so this is what push function will do. Again, pop function. So the functionality of pop function is to remove the element from stack. Now consider that if you want to use this pop function, then you need to remember it would definitely remove the top element that is present in the stack. That is, the last element that we have inserted would only be outputted first. That is, we can only remove the last element that is entered in the stack. That is the concept of the stack, that is last in first out. So if you want to remove the element from the stack, then it will always be the last element that you have inserted. Okay, so pop function will do the same thing, that it will remove the last element from the stack. Now what we have to do here is we have to give a conditional statement that you need to check that if stack is empty or not. Okay, so what will pop function do? It will first check that if the stack is empty or not. For that, what we would do is we would just compare the top variable. If top variable value is -1, then the stack is empty definitely. Okay, or you can just use this is empty function. If is empty, okay, then we what we would say that stack is already empty, and if you are trying to remove something from it, then it would be underflowed. Okay, so a message would be there that will say that stack is underflow. And if stack is not empty, then the topmost element would be removed. Okay, now peak is there. So peak function, what does peak function do is it basically helps us to get the topmost element of the stack. Okay, so peak function gives the value of the topmost element. Okay, now if it also checks that if stack is not empty, then if stack is not empty, then give me the topmost element of the stack, or else say that stack is empty. Okay, and other ADT that is present is size. Okay, so size ADT, what does size ADT do? Size gives us the number of elements that are present in the stack. Okay, so let's consider that you have made a stack of three elements, but there are two elements present in the stack. Now you want to know that how many elements are present in the stack, so that you can enter more element in it. Okay, so for that, size function is used. It gives the value of number of elements that are present in it. Okay, now the functionality of each and every function we would be looking in next video. So this video was all about what exactly is stack, how is it used, what are just let me tell you what are other examples of stack. Now if you have visited a godown where food are stored, okay, food products are stored, then you would have seen that they are compiled. Okay, that is, a bag is placed on the top of it, another bag is placed on the top of it, another bag is placed. Okay, now just to think that if you want to remove the third bag from the bottom, okay, then you need to first remove the first bag, then you can remove the second and third bag. Okay, so this is the same concept on which stack is working, that is last in first out. If you are removing some element from the stack, then it would always be the last element that is inserted in it. So this is the concept of stack, and these are some of the ADTs, that is abstract data types that are present in stack. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. In next session, we are just going to perform the hands-on on this particular function. We would be creating the stack. I will show you the method to create the stack, what exactly are the variables that we are going to use, so that we can use all this function and make them work well. Okay, so in next session we will directly jump to the hands-on session, as I already explained you the logic, how to check if the stack is full, is empty, then how can we push the element in the stack, how can we pop the element in the stack, how can we see the first element in the stack, how can we see the size of the stack. Okay, so I have already explained you somewhat of the logic. In next video I will just try to make a hands-on session where I will also explain the logic, that why we are doing this particular function, and what is the importance of it. So I hope that you like this video. Thank you.